You know what? I I remember the garden. I remember the garden. You know, I remember Gabrielle Aviv. You see, Gabrielle, Gabrielle, Gabriel Aviv. You see, I remember when we were in the garden. You see, and the garden, the garden. This garden was in Cincinnati, you see. That's where the family was born at. See, we was born in Sin. They called it Cincy, Cincinnati, Ohio, or Ahia. See, we learned our experience up on the hill in the garden. You see, there's a spring hill garden and there's a summer hill. We was on Summer Hill. Yeah, it was the garden. You go up one road and it wraps around all the way around like this and comes back down. Then it had these wings of houses. You see? All this is up on the hill. You see? That whole property, that whole land was owned by this guy named Chelsea Moore. Chelsea Moore. You see? Made huge business deals with the Trumps. You see? I know you all know that Trump is 45, you see, and you always hear me say, me. See, the word me, M is 13, and E is 5. 1, 3, and 5. Okay? It reads son. Son. You got a sun above and you got a sun below. You see. 6 years ago, I was 45 years old. Trump's month is 6. 46 too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'll just know the month. So what does it all mean? What do all this shit mean? Nothing for real. I'm just talking. You see. I'm showing you how to stream your birth date, your conception, your world. You see how it's connected to certain things out here. You see? Because see, there's a lot of folks who keep talking about things don't exist. And yet they're right. See, that's a healthy understanding to have when you believe that things don't exist. Because see, look, once they exist, you want to examine that shit. You want to define it, dissect it, you want to fuck with it, pervert it. It is what it is, you see. But if it don't exist, you can't fuck with it because you have no idea. But you can read fairy tales and things and know in heart that those things don't exist. But then again, do they? Do they exist? Because you know about it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's like we kick back and we always talk about things don't exist. Upper mind shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, I guess, do anything below your central state of being, do anything exist below you? You know, I'm just trying to figure this out, because it's, I guess it don't. I guess that's where the boogeyman is at. Or most people's Satan or Shaitan or whatever you want to call the lower ground. You see, the root. You see? That thing that's going to judge you. Yeah. Because, it's like, just think about something, man. If Yeshua was here, the one they call Yahweh Shai, if he was here, if he exists today, if he exists today, and he came through like everyone else, he had to come into himself based on the time frame that's given. Only he knows. But you won't know him. He'll know you, but you won't know him. You'll reject him. You know why? You know why? Because see, you're looking for him up there with Nut. Newt. She ain't gonna have none of that shit up there. You see? You gotta be a spirit to get up there with her. You see? But if the being gonna come back in the flesh, where he gonna get the flesh from? Or he gonna already have it? What if he was just like you, he came through the womb? And everything that's in the world, your mind state, people's mind state, the way you're thinking, what if that entity or that being is grabbing all these things and he's trying to live, but you won't allow him to live because of what you believe, instead of just being yourself and being true to yourself. Centralize yourself so he can see his family. What if that, that could be like a little script or something that you can write in a movie or close to it, right? I'm just saying, man, think about it. Think about it. It's like people can be right in your face and you will deny him. And you know what? What's amazing is that your book, your Bible, is telling you exactly how you're going to treat him and what you're going to do. Because if you really believe that story was written 2,000 years ago, I mean, it was a real life story. It really happened 2,000 years ago. You're going to have a problem right now. See, you're going to have a problem. See, because you're not here. And you won't see him. You see, you won't see him. And you're going to deny him. And you're going to try to kill him. See? But see, you're not killing him. What you're doing, you're killing the people who put that shit in your head. That's who you're trying to kill. And he's the epitome of that shit. He's the sin. You see? He's the sin. He's the sponge. Yeah. He's the sponge. You all are going to try to kill this person. See, once you start doing Your numerology is going to lead you somewhere. Not numerology. Forgive me for that because I don't use those words. When you start understanding your root numbers and you get these things in your system and you can track your world within your parents' world, within their world, by you all's conception and birth. When you be able to track these things, you see, and measure the cycles of those life. It's 9 cycles now, as well as 3 cycles. It don't stop. It's just like the womb. This is the womb right here. We're living in a womb, man. We're living in a womb. We're inside something. When we go outside, nigga, we actually inside. We still inside. It's just the light that's in here. You see, for about 12. You see, but we still inside, man. See, you're gonna do it to him. See, you're gonna do it. But the thing that you're not understanding is this. When I said he's a sponge, he is a sponge. But all that shit that you're giving, all this sin and shit, it's like combustible. It's like, just imagine a person is living and he's just sucking up all your energies. He know you when you bad. He know you when you, I mean, everything about you he knows. Just imagine that. Not know you personal. He don't need to know you personally. He know the spectrums of beings. You see? Your personalities, your characters. You see? Your integrity, your moralities. You see? That type of shit. You see? He's living. He's living. But he's just a sponge. A walking empath. A living empath. A real one. You see? And it's like, how would you be prepared for somebody like that? Because he's fire. You see, he's fire. Just imagine that shit being in this person's mind and he can just throw shit out of his mind. You see, and make shit happen. And then tell you. He can just draw some shit or create some shit and just tell you what he just did. You see? But our animated minds, man, won't pick up shit no more. It won't pick up things, man. You see? You can sit here and tell people exactly what you're doing, who you are, where you're going, what you're doing. I mean, you can tell them. You see? And people be like, I don't know what happened with it. I don't know what happened. Where's this stuff coming from? How's it coming? Just imagine a person living like that. I'll be scared as fuck. Well, I wouldn't even be scared. I wouldn't even be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep to my damn self and make sure I'm tight with myself, make sure I'm healthy, make sure I'm taking care of my priorities, basically, and mind my damn business when it comes to the spirit. You see? Because, see, I'm going to tell you a secret right now. The spirits are about to start fighting. For real. You see? These spirits are about to start fighting. Okay? See? You all don't know your spirit. They're about to leave you and go to war with something. So, are you going to be vulnerable out here without your internal mate? Your soul going to be lonely without that energy. The spirits are about to go to war in a minute.